Twitter still alive. Shaq's belt bigger than 24 churros put together.
I ain't gonna mess with nobody named Penny. Penny Hardaway, what's up, baby? That's how you look now, America.
That's you know what that is? That's one of my.
What's that?
It's one of my least.
That's one of the
Patrick
Church
belt?
sisters.
That's one of my least favorite
That is San Antonio
photoshops from upstairs.
That's one of your least favorite?
Yeah, I could live with not seeing that ever again. They had identical 51 and 31 records in the regular season, but the Cleveland Cavaliers took 3 out of 4 from the Raptors in the regular season to secure the home court advantage for their Eastern Conference semifinal series. The Raptors knocked out Milwaukee in 6 in the opening round, while the Cavs made quick work of Indiana. So after that sweep of the Pacers, the Cavs had 7 nights off before resuming their quest for a second straight title. We take you to the Q. And the Toronto backcourt going up against LeBron and Cleveland.
Ernie, you know what? I was sitting in the green room with a bunch of veterans, Rasheed Wallace, Baron Davis, Kevin Garnett, Ben Wallace, and you know the consensus is that Toronto's playing scared. Like, they're not playing with passion, and they just know in their minds that they can't beat them.
I don't think they can beat this team. They're trying hard, but I don't think they really believe it. That's what I see.
Yeah, I don't even think they're trying hard. I think that they're so confused that they won't lose themselves to the fear or lose themselves to the effort. And so if they're second-guessing themselves, you can see what's happening right now. They don't have the effort.
Toronto gets a 19-3 run, though, after trailing by 18. Kyle Lowry, the step-back 3, and then Serge Ibaka connects. And then Kyle Lowry gets a little contact with J.R. Smith.
Bulldog.
All of a sudden, two-point game, 41-39.
They made a nice little comeback, but this game was never in doubt.
Mama, there go that man.
13-4 finish to the half, and the Cavs were on top 62-48. Jonas Valanciunas getting the roll.
This is what
Baby
Toronto has
skyhook.
to do. Yep, they got to do that. They can beat them in the paint.
Please don't leave this guy open.
I mean, that's what he do. That's rolling.
But you don't like him shooting that shot.
I don't like him shooting a lot of threes.
Hey, Charles, can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Will you tell Jeremy to close his key? Just say, Jeremy, close your key. He's the producer.
Jeremy, close your key.
Hey, thank you very much. It's awesome.
Sure hope that means shut his mouth.
Oh, too strong.
Oh, too strong.
We got it.
Oh, drink a beer, drink a beer.
Needed a beer. Let me get a shot.
Oh, no.
Drink a beer.
That was cool.
Had a notion.
That was cool.
I mean, but, you know, to me, if I'm Toronto, I'm pissed off. It's the playoffs. And
they clowned you.
And you're throwing passes off the backboard for dunks, and you're acting like
right.
They're scared. They ain't gonna do that.
No, they don't.
It's baseball season.
It was disappointing. You got to believe you can beat this team. You might lose, but you got to believe.
Gilligan Highland, come here.
oh, goodness.
We need to rewind that, I think.
You're the one who thinks that. Norman Powell doesn't think you need to rewind that.
Look like what Jordan did in Boston at one time.
116-105 really wasn't that close. LeBron with that 88th 30-point game in the playoffs, tied with Kobe for the second most behind MJ's 109. And the Raptors now 1-12 in their history in
How many
game
MJ
ones.
have?
109.
Jeez.
How many you got, Chuck? 2?
I don't know.
Probably 2.
How many times I got 30 points in a playoff game?
2.
How much you want to bet? Man, you better quit trying to mess with my legacy.
50,
Okay, you better quit trying to mess with my
What do you
legacy.
got, Underdog?
Underdog, how many times I get 30 in a playoff game?
We'll find that out after we hear from Chris and Ludlow.
The defending champion Cavaliers remain unbeaten in the postseason as the Raptors fall to 1-12 in Game 1 of any playoff series. LeBron James led the way with 35 points and 10 rebounds in what he has described as a feel-out Game 1.
Obviously, you prepare, you want to come out and play well, but you never know after an 8-day layoff. But the energy was phenomenal. We pushed the tempo, we shared the ball, we got to where we wanted to get on the floor, both offensively and defensively. We executed. A 30-point quarter after 8-day layoff is a great start for us.
Playing here the last 2 years in the playoffs, they've dominated you. What has to change with the team in order to get a road win and have a chance to win this series?
Well, dominate's a tough word. I mean, you use the word dominate. I mean, I don't know if you're a fan or what it is, but that's a tough word. Again, we didn't play to our game. They made shots we didn't.
I just, distinctively remembering him just pointing up behind me And, you know, I could have easily laid it up, but to throw it off the backboard like that, you know, just another play in the book for me and Brown on the alley-oop.
When I hit the ball to Kyrie and he kind of looked at me, I told him to throw it off the glass, pointed to the glass, and or you could say I told him to throw it to the sky. I like that better.
The beer lady, how did that happen? Did you see what she was doing?
Nah, I was upset at myself because I had an and-one opportunity and I didn't finish, left it short. And, you know, my momentum just took me to the sideline, and she had one, you know, in her hand, so I took it out of her hand. But not much of a beer guy. If she'd had some red wine, I probably would have definitely took a sip.
You asked for it, you got it.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Gilligan's Island, Fantasy Island, come on, Norman Powell. Sorry, ruined. Got to leave you. Bye-bye. And one. I like that. Welcome to Kyrie's Island.
What you would have did, Chuck, on that?
You got to take a hard.
When he got a
You got to take a hard. When they're doing the curly nail stuff, they imitate drinking beer, like
throwing balls off the glass.
Is it the playoffs?
It's the playoffs. Come on, man. I don't listen. Sometimes you lose, but when they just start toying with you, throwing balls off the backboard.
So you talked about all this. This is all about belief from the Toronto side. So does this shake their belief? If it was there when this series started?
This just makes it worse.
Yeah, so it shakes it. Yes.
I really don't think, like I told you, I used my hockey analogy earlier.
Yeah, you're going to go another sport now?
No. I used like some teams, other than the 12 players maybe in that locker room, and I'm not even sure they believe, to be honest with you, I don't think they really believe they can beat the Cavaliers. I think they're like, well, we can beat them. But they really don't mean it. You don't come out and you know, coaches talking about, well, we get dominated. You did get dominated. Right. There was never any doubt in that game. You made a little run in the first half to get it down to single digits, but then the rest of the game you were down 20. But to beat these Cavaliers, you got to really believe you can beat them. And I don't think Toronto has that.
And not only, you know, this is the opportunity. Like, if you believe that you can't beat them, it's an opportunity for you to make a name for yourself. Like, if you're playing against a better opponent and you really can't beat, I mean, you still got to go out and compete and play hard. Don't look like they're doing that. DeRozan, 10 points, not a good night for him. Lowry, 15, not a good night for him. And they definitely have to play perfectly to beat the Cavaliers, and I think they could probably get a game. But
there was this thought, you played these tight games. Yeah, Cleveland won 3 out of 4, but they were tight games. And now here's Toronto with Serge Ibaka in the mix, with P.J. Tucker in the mix. This maybe is going to be a different kind of result, but Game 1 didn't prove that out.
No, and when you watch the game, you watch Toronto let Cleveland get out and get a lead. Then you watch Toronto start playing hard because, we believe. And then they get close, and then Cleveland start playing basketball again, they fall back. And so for me, to Chuck's point, like, that's a sign of fear. You come out, you're supposed to hit them in the mouth. You know, you're supposed to act tough. At least act tough. At least act like you can beat them, but don't let them get the lead and then start to, that's kind of like fake playing hard.
Yeah. Well, you got to swing first because that's what Houston did tonight in San Antonio on the road, but Toronto had none of that in Game 1.
And Ernie, that's a great analogy you just said. You look at the two games. Toronto came out and just got punched in the mouth and really never recovered. They got it close for a minute, but their game was over. The Rockets came out and punched the Spurs in the mouth and kept punching. Like, they came in. And I always tell people, you don't have to win the game. You have to let them know, like, we're here. We're here to play, and it's going to be a hell of a series. And to watch these two games tonight, you're like, Toronto can't beat Cleveland. You're like, these Spurs, they're in trouble. This is a long, drawn-out series, but there are some serious issues for the Spurs they're going to have to address.
Hey, Barron, you like new technology, right?
Yeah.
Intel 360 replay technology. I think you're going to like this.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Come on, Ernie. 360 technology. Oh, wow.
I saw that play from every
angle. How about this? Come on. This is a video game.
This is what it was like tonight, a video game.
Yeah.
Wow. That jacket is fire. Didn't know Forever 21 carried your son.
Oh, go on,
Nah, Barron.
He crazy.
Go on, get him, Barron.
There's pineapples and palm trees right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Pineapples and palm
Can't get
trees.
this at Forever 21.
I
You
like
get it at the swap meet, though.
Hey, what's Forever 21?
I don't know.
That would be, I think
It ain't Target.
That's a ladies' store?
young.
Shop at Target.
Oh, man, hey, whatever your name is, ease up, man.
No, and men too.
Keenan.
Oh, it's a
And men
store?
too, because he goes there.
First of all, there's no way he can fit
That's
it.
where you get his belts.
Ernie, I have children, Ernie. Cut it out. Watch your mouth, Ernie.
He gets his belt.
Children.
He gets his belts at Forever 61.
Kevin don't like that.
Yeah, now look at that. Look at that. First down.
It's only a 42, Ernie.
Yeah.
It's a 42.
Yeah, that's no 42. Nobody asked you how old you was.